Yo, I just played against my week 1 game against Robin. He's a pretty great guy. I'm a fan. We're like best friends, obviously. Happy birthday, by the way. So yeah, here's a quick team builder and battle. So my team's this one. His team is this one. It goes Zemon, I think, probably. Zemon. What's the other one? Maybe Zemon. Yeah, Zemon. And then for me, it's 1, 2, 3. So looking at a team, Latios is a massive threat. Klefki scares me a lot. Actually, so, see this? See these 11 Mons? They all could easily get brought. Like, our teams had this weird matchup where we both were really effective against each other offensively and defensively. But the Mons I were most scared of was Latios, Klefki, Greninja, Charizard, Slurpuff, and Heracross. The rest the other 5 I could probably handle. But those 5 just need to make sure I either prepped for well or played well around. And so, yeah, Greninja especially was what I was probably the most scared of, just because nothing on my team really handles a mixed Greninja. Klefki is just a mon that I cannot deal with no matter how hard I try. It just destroys me every time I play it. Zard is just an offensive powerhouse. Wrecks my face. A Calm Mind Latios could probably 6-0 everything I bring, which is a problem, in case you didn't know. Drill isn't that bad. Slurpuff, if it gets a belly drum off, it wins. Like, look at my team. Nothing stops it. And, yeah, Heracross is just an offensive threat. You look at the matchup, it just does well with a Gut set or with a Scarf set or whatever it wants to do. So, let's see what I did. So, my first thing was I want to get up rocks. And I want to make sure they stay there, because Zard just dies to rocks. So, I was like, okay, if he wants to get rid of rocks, he's probably going to bring Excadrill. And so to spin block, I brought a Specsmus Magius. This makes it so it has enough defense to live a jolly Earthquake on the switch-in. So I can just switch into Excadrill first time it comes in, spin block, live an Earthquake, and then hit it pretty hard. Energy Ball for Quagsire, Shadow Ball for general coverage, Power Gem for Zard, and then Mystical Fire for the drill and the Klefki. So yeah. After that, there's Manectric, which is just generally good against his team. The main thing I was wondering was Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Overheat, and then for this last slot, I was considering Hidden Power Grass, Signal Beam, and Toxic. So, Hidden Power Grass for the Quag, Signal Beam for the Latios, but in the end I decided to go with Toxic. Because it's just really effective against both of those mons, especially if you're bringing Calm Mind Latios. Nothing else on my team really wants to take it on. So this is just a really good option. And yeah. After that, I brought Starmie because I love Starmie and it's the best thing ever. Just Rapid Spin, because I sort of need it if he starts spiking up with Klefki. Psyshock, Ice Beam, Hydro Pump, General Coverage. There were so many moves I wanted to run this week. I wanted to run like Thunderbolt, Grass Knot, what other moves? There's some cool stuff that it gets that I want to run. But I couldn't because Psyshock just for general coverage for mons that I didn't want to hit with my other moves. And then Hydro Pump and Ice Beam can take care of the majority of the team. I'm hard-walled by Greninja, but I would never stand on a Greninja, so it's fine. And then Spin for Klefki. I really want to run Expert Belt, but it just didn't get the damage output I needed on mons like Zard, so I didn't. And yeah. Picked Analytic because I'm going to have a Heal Beller anyways. There's a better word for that. Cleric. I'm going to have a Cleric anyways, so didn't need to worry about it. Next was a Powdon, and this is my big Zard stop. It also stops most of his offense. It's just really fucking good against his team. I wanted to run Crunch, but I just needed all of my moves. I could have run Crunch over Toxic, but then I would have missed out on Toxic on ones like Quag or like... what else? Gorgeist, I guess? Heracross, maybe? Eel? I don't know. I just preferred Toxic. It looked better. Mostly special defense. This allows me to take 2 Fire Blasts. This 40 allows me to take a plus 6 Play Rough from a Slurpuff. And then do good damage back with an Earthquake, I guess. But if it gets to that point, I'm fucked. Next up was Heatran. Scarf Heatran just sort of destroys his team. Fire Blast, Flash Cannon, Stone Edge, HP Grass. I will probably be clicking Flash Cannon most of the time. HP Grass for Quag, Stone Edge for Zard, and Fire Blast because it's a good stab against mons like Klefki, Drill, and Gourgeist. But Flash Cannon is just the best for his team most of the time. And lastly, Gourgeist. Moonblast, Wish, Protect, Aromatherapy. I wanted to run some cool stuff like Synthesis and Magic Coat, but I couldn't because of Sand, which, you know, it's fine, it happens. Fully defensive to better take gunk shots from Greninja, because Greninja is a big threat, as I mentioned. And I didn't really have anything else for it, so yeah. I don't know, it's just a pretty solid mon. Especially, I just really needed Aromatherapy this week. It just, like, I looked at the match and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to need it. Klefki is something that I can't deal with unless I have both Removal and Clericism. That's a word. Now, let's get into the game. So, he didn't bring any of the stuff I was expecting. Actually brought some of it. But, like, I don't know, he didn't bring the Zard, he didn't bring the Drill. He didn't bring the Greninja, which was huge. He didn't bring the Lycanroc Dusk, which swept me in a mock, fun fact. But he did bring Latios, which was one of the major threats. He brought Heracross, which is a huge offensive threat. He brought Slurpuff, which can 6-0 my team. If it gets a belly drum up, I lose straight up. There's nothing I can do to stop it if he has, like, a little bit of chip damage on Hippo. So, yeah, and then Heracross hits hard. Klefki is just hard to deal with. Other two mons I'm not really scared of. So let's start. I look at his team. I'm like, you know what? Let's just lead with Manectric. It's a good lead matchup, you know. I can do whatever I want. If I had solo HP Grass, I would have just killed this first turn, which would have been nice. In Sweat, I switch out to Mismagius because I expect the Earthquake. And I can go for a safe Shadow Ball, hit whatever he wants to come in. He brings in the Eel. From this damage, I know it's AV, so I switch out to my Hippo. He goes for the Super Fang, gets off 50%. And I want my Rocks up just to make killing stuff easier. Switch in, you know, Rocks. You know what they do. Next turn, I'm pretty sure I Toxic this, as he Toxics me. We just trade Toxics. Yeah. So that was nice, getting him Toxic. I have Heal Bell. He probably doesn't. I slack off, get my health back, because I need to stay in a good range for the Slurpuff, just in case it comes down to that. And then, switch out to my Florges. He Toxics me, good play, but I get the Aromatherapy off as he goes into Klefki. So you know what? That's a good play. I respect it, but worked out for me. He goes to the Spike as I switch in... What do I switch in? Was it? Yeah, it's Heatran. I switch in my Tran just for good offensive pressure. And then I go for a Flash Cannon. Yeah. As he switches into Quag. He goes for Slack Off as I switch out into Starmie. I get my spin off because I really don't want that Spike there as he goes for Earthquake and gets a very sizable amount. This is where I regret having Life Orb, but it's fine. And then I just Hydro Pump and kill him next turn. And Starmie gets the first kill of the season because it's the best Mon. So yeah, I love this thing. So here's an interesting play. I could either switch out to something that I know that can take a hit, or I can scout the Calm Mindset or the Specs or the Scarf or whatever he is just by letting it die. So I just let myself die, go for an Ice Beam. He kills me with a Psychic. Cool, now I know he's Scarf, so I send in Heatran. He can't touch me. I go for Flash Cannon. I probably should have just gone for Fire Blast, but, like, who cares? You know? I send back in Hippo. He goes for Super Fang. Good play. Makes a nice prediction. And then I'm pretty sure here I just spam Slack Off until Sand kills him. Or no. Maybe I do kill him eventually. No, he switches out, right. But I'm at pretty much full health. He has the Heracross. It gets burned. This is a threat. I have nothing to take hits from it. I make a play, switch into Mismagius, take the Mega Horn. You know, I'm good. Good play. I go for a Shadow Ball, because it just hits all of his team. No, I go for... Why did I go for Mystical Fire? That was dumb. Yeah, so I go for Shadow Ball, you know, because I'm smart. Actually, I don't. I lied. I switch out, because I know it's Scarf. I know he's not going to be able to set up on me. I'm pretty sure I pull the double here. Yeah, and a Manectric. And then I just go for an Overheat, because there's no reason not to. He gets up a layer of Spikes. And then he barely lives the Overheat, which sucks, because that means he gets up another layer of Spikes. And then I Volt Switch out here, kill him. And here's where the game got interesting, because... So, I spent like a minute trying to decide what to send in here, because at this point, it's really easy for him to... If I kill something, like, in the wrong way, if I get in Florges at all, I lose. So I needed to think hard about how I can do this and not let Slurpuff set up. So I send in Hippo, expecting him to then send in Manectric, or not Manectric, expecting him to send in Heracross, and then close combat me. I Earthquake. He close combats me again, and then I go into Mismagius, and then Shadow Ball, he sends in Latios, and then I finesse around it, and then win by getting Heatran in. So, and we see he ends up actually going into the Heracross, which is what I predicted. He goes for a Mega Horn. It does a sizable amount. I Earthquake, but I get a crit, which looks good, but it's not, because that means that I have to make more predictions later. And then he goes for Facade, kills me. Burn and Earthquake, Burn and Sand kill him. And now here's where the game got hard, like really hard. So I had to sack off my Mismagius, and then to Surf. If I send in Florges, then I have to either make a 50-50 of... Actually, no, I can't even kill him, because if I kill him, then I lose, because Slurpuff comes in. So if I go into Florges, I lose, which I can't do. So then, Surf will do most of both of my other Mon's health. So, and I can't kill it with either of them. So what I do here is I let Mismagius die. And then I go out to my Manectric, and I get the Toxic off. Surf gets a crit and barely doesn't kill me. And then, yeah. So he kills me with Surf. And then that Toxic damage just puts him in range of a Flash Cannon, so a Min roll will most likely kill him depending on his set. Barely live the Surf. Flash Cannon, kill him. Flash Cannon, kill it. Really scary game. Great mind games at the end. Good game, Robin. Yeah. So go check out his channel. It's PewDiePie at gmail.com. You know, good guy. So yeah, next week I have someone who will probably beat me because I'm bad, but it's fine. That was a really good game. Happy birthday. Don't know what else to say. My commentary sucks, and so does everyone in Hive except me. And Robin. Is there anyone else? I don't know. See ya. Professional, I know.